We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. According to the Declaration of Independence, one of our unalienable rights is to pursue happiness, to seek out a life of joy, and to find peace. For many, however, happiness has been forgotten. It is a dream that has died. Why are there so many people without joy and happiness? It's because most people think that happiness is something that happens to them rather than something they deliberately and diligently pursue. Circumstances rarely generate smiles and laughter. Joy comes to those who determine to pursue it despite their circumstances. Two men, both with serious conditions, shared hospital accommodations, but only one of the men would now and then go ahead and change positions. He would sit up in his bed with his head risen till the fluid in his lungs had been driven. His bed was next to the room's only window. The other man moved very little, but together the men talked for hours on end. They spoke of their wives and families and friends. When the man near the window would ascend, he would tend to pass time and describe all the things he would see outside. The other man lived for those 1 hour periods. His world was broadened and enlivened by all the movement and experience. The window overlooked a park with a lake, the man had said. Ducks and swans on the water all widespread. Children sailed their model boats straight ahead. Couples walked around, many newlyweds, abounding color in the park from the flower beds. Grand old trees up above, truly friend. And a distant city skyline, he'd contend. The man would describe this in exquisite detail. The other would close his eyes and imagine the entire sequence. One afternoon, the man described a parade passing by. Although the other could not hear the sound, though he tried, he saw it in his mind's eye. But then a random thought entered with pride. Why should he have all the pleasure of seeing everything outside? It didn't seem fair. As the thought fermented, the man felt pathetic. But a few days later, his envy eroded to resentment. Soon he turned sour, no more contentment. Found himself unable to rest pleasant. I should be by the window. That thought now controlled his present. Late one evening, as he lay staring at the ceiling, the man by the window had a hard time breathing. He was choking on the fluid in his chest, struggling, reaching for the call button, help he was needing. The other man just watched, hearing him squealing, but never moving, never pushing his own button to smooth things. In less than 5 minutes, there were no more sounds of breathing, only deathly silence remaining. The following morning, a nurse arrived with water for their baths. She found the lifeless body of the man aftermath. Filled with sadness, she had the body taken. The other man insisted to be moved to be laid on the bed that was next to the window. The nurse made the switch since the bed was vacant, making sure the patient was complacent. When he found himself alone, he pushed through the pain felt in his bones, propped himself up to one elbow, heart full of joy to see the unknown. Slowly turned to look out the window, deflated to see nothing below. The window faced a light yellow wall. A few months ago, I was visiting a church in South Florida, and I heard the pastor preach a sermon about joy, and he said a phrase that has remained in my memory since. He said, joy is a choice and a command. See, the pursuit of happiness is a matter of choice. It is a positive attitude we choose to express. It may not be delivered to our door each morning. It may not come so easily through the window. Our circumstances are not the things that make us joyful. If we wait for them to get just right, we will never laugh again. Joy is a choice and a command. Believe it or not, you are an image bearer of God, made in His image. You have so much value and worth and potential. You are more than the pain and the hurt that you feel inside. So choose to be full of joy today and be happy with yourself, because there's a God who loves you so much and He has given you life.